Hi, welcome to the very first day of 21 days in a row that I'm going to be channeling one question per day. And so I've asked people to send in life's unanswerable questions from their heart. And it's such a joy to be able to do this. I've done this one-on-one with clients for quite a while, but to be able to share with community. And what I found after I do these is people write me and tell me how much it touched them and resonated with them, and they saw it at the right point, and help them with their life. So this is a way to touch a lot of hearts with this work, with the angels coming through and answering questions. So just wanted to say thanks for joining me today and every day at noon for the next 21 days to June 21st, the summer solstice. And also that you can see these on my Facebook page after they'll be posted, so you can see all of them whenever you want to. But whoever's with me now, which are a few people, thank you, we'll get started. So a really lovely man wrote in to me and said that he's a single dad and he has a daughter who's a teenager who's struggling because her mom died of cancer a few years ago. So I've had a very close friend leave her two children for cancer as well, and it's heartbreaking, and I'm so sorry you're going through that, truly. And this is why I love doing this work, because anything that can come through to help such a challenging journey, I'm really grateful to be able to share it. So he's wondering if there's any advice for him, guidance for him that would help him support her. And I think this is a beautiful question to begin with. So I'm just going to go in and find out, but thank you again, and I look forward to hearing from you afterwards. I love hearing afterwards. Everyone writes and tells me what landed and what they experienced, so please do. Okay, thanks so much. So let's find out what the angels have to say about this one. Okay. Oh, I'm going to cry. So I'm actually connecting with your wife, way high up, and she's coming in to speak directly to you. So I only speak with those who have crossed, who the angels invite in. So when I meet someone, when I go to speak with them, I know it's a very profound, perfect person to speak to you about what needs to be said today. I hope that you can hear this and maybe even record it and reach out to me afterwards. I think, well, you can see it online after and you can record it from there, but I think it'd be nice for you to have this message ongoing. I think it's going to be very beautiful, and it's really, again, an honor to share her words. So from now on, I'll just be sharing her words. Okay. So, saying, love of my life, beloved Father to our children, I'm so grateful to be with you always. I know it's so confusing from where you are, why I would leave. And I know I was confused with you. You actually had a greater understanding than I did, and I was struggling more than you. And yet you've been the one left and struggling more than even I did before I left. So I want you to know that I understand everything from the side, and there's so much I want to share with you. One thing is that as a mother, all you want is the best for your children, and you want to be able to provide for them, and you would die for them. I'm so sorry. And she's saying, I did. Oh, wow. It's really beautiful. I did. If you only knew how much I am with them. Sorry, I did not see this coming. This is really beautiful. If you only knew how much I was with them, I'm with you all. And I am so much more the woman I wanted to be here than when I was there. I don't put down who I was. I know I was a beautiful human, but now I'm a beautiful soul. And as a beautiful soul, when I put my hands on the shoulders of our children, I can touch them like I never could on earth. So I'm feeling everything. It's just so beautiful. I don't know if I've ever felt anything quite so beautiful. Did not bring Kleenex up here. Okay. I see her with her hands on your children's shoulders, and she looks and feels, different than the angels. She feels angelic, but imbued with the love of a mother. I don't know if there's anything more beautiful I've ever felt or experienced. It's just letting me feel it, and I'm getting that anyone watching this, if they choose to, can feel it too and really feel it for yourselves. To really know that that love of a mother goes on and is wrapped all around us. Anyone that we have on the other side is wrapping their love around us, but nothing quite like a mother. Yeah. She wants you to know that she's always there and you're not alone, and she's helping in ways she never could have on the side. She wasn't good at homework. She didn't like it. And she knows that you know, but not quite as much as you could know, given she didn't really explain. But she had a lot of, she doesn't like me, she doesn't want me to use the word shame, but she has a lot of not insecurity. She's waiting for me. She had a lot of criticism that made her really hesitant to use any of her gifts. And while you know that, there's no way you could know the result of what that created for her, because she never knew herself. And when she dropped that like a coat, when she crossed and came back to her soul essence, she was able to realize, and I've experienced this with any mother that's come through has said something similar, which is really beautiful, that she could be way more of a mother on this side than she could on the other side, and has been grateful for the timing of her crossing, for how much she's been able to be there for her children. And she says there's 3 main areas you're really confused by, because even as I'm saying this, all I can feel you saying is, I'd still rather you here. No matter what, I'd rather be doing this together. I never wanted to do this alone. The children suffer way more from you over on the other side than they could, than they would if you were here. I can feel you feeling that. And just being like, there is nothing that makes it better that you are over there than here. And she knows that. She's well aware of everything you feel and think, and she thanks you for talking to her too. She loves it, and she doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, why doesn't he know, or why doesn't he talk back to me? She doesn't feel any of that, interestingly. Not because other people have said that, other souls have said that, but just for you to know that just because she's there all the time, she doesn't expect it to be a two-way street. Just the way when you were with your children and you were connecting with them before they could talk, you didn't expect them to talk back. You just got to presence with them. You got to be with them. And in being with them, there was so much, almost more rich than talking, and she gets all of that. She gets all of that, the emotion, the knowing, way more than the thoughts. She can feel you. She can feel your heart and what you feel and know. So the 3 things that she knows you struggle with, she wants to address all of them. And she wants to begin by just, I hear her, like she's showing me you, and you're basically on your knees, is like, why? And that's understandable, very understandable. to the world, I get that you tell everyone that you understand and you're at peace, and you are. Enough, you're not, this isn't your first rodeo in life. You know life is hard and does weird things, and even this is extreme, but still. So you have an acceptance. You don't walk around cursing anyone or anything, which is beautiful, and that's huge on its own. So she's not speaking to that. She's speaking to the underlying part that still, just at the deepest level, that deepest level just goes, why? Just, yeah, okay, I understand the world is weird. Yeah, okay, I can accept being a single dad. Okay, she's gone. And why? It's just under there. She wants to go right to the core of that why. And she just wants to let you know that she had a soul's path to evolve past these insecurities and express her voice. I feel it close to home. One of the reasons I do express my voice, this is me personally speaking, is because I always feel if I don't, I'll die of cancer. And I felt it for 20 years. And she wants me to share this. I have a friend with a birthday one day different than my birthday. And when I first had this thought 20 years ago, we had had similar lives in some ways. And I knew that if I didn't do what I was doing, that I would cross from cancer. And she eventually did. She eventually did cross from cancer. I don't get much more around that now, but I am saying that she didn't use her voice to her fullest, and she was never going to. And the girl in your family, the daughter, was very much going to suffer more from her mother not using her voice than from her being there. And I know that's very hard to hear. I can only imagine, and I'm being true to her message. But she's asked me to say it exactly like this. And she's happy to be on the other side, mothering from her full soul expression, than if she had stayed. Her daughter would have modeled not using her voice, and then she would have suffered, and her daughter's already breaking free. I get that your daughter is strongly using her voice in ways that would have never happened if her mother wasn't there, or if her mother was there. And your wife is saying, know that. You have that proof. You don't need her to tell you through me. You have the proof that your daughter is using her voice in a way that would have never happened if she didn't cross. And that's beauty enough. We'll talk about the two other things, but she's like, if you just see that and always remember that she's coming into her full expression. She's saying it again of, I crossed for her. I didn't do this to her. I did this for her. And she's showing me a plant that has like sort of a limp limb, and when you cut off the limb, the plant spurts forward and grows a whole new life. And that's what she did for your daughter. Oh, this is a beautiful, and I know very challenging, and hopefully to you also beautiful message, because I'm feeling everything she's saying and seeing her imagery, and she's telling me it's speaking to you. She's telling me it's speaking to you because you've seen it. We've seen what she's talking about. That's why she started with this one. Okay. I'm just not used to not having someone in front of me so I can see how they're experiencing it, but she's letting me feel you, so that feels nice. Thanks for getting it. Yeah. Okay, the second thing is that I believe you have a son, and younger, and he just, I wanted to use the word confused, but she would prefer me to use, what I feel is he's this amorphous ball of unstructured energy that's curious and looking. And it's not that he's bad, it's not that he's lost, it's not that he's going in a bad direction in any way. He's unstructured. and looking to the world to start to piece himself into form. And it's okay. It's perfectly okay. It's okay for him to be sort of wide-eyed and quiet and stunned. It's okay for him to not have an opinion yet. It's okay for him to have no idea what he wants to do and to be curious and ask a lot of questions and even be rambunctious, I get, and act out even. What she's asking you to do is be patient and not feel like you're being a bad parent, but not trying to corral it into place. You're not a bad parent. He needs to, I don't know, I see like sort of whirling dervish himself into form. It's almost like I see the Tasmanian devil, like the spinning energy, and there's a bit of a cyclone, but when it stops, I see everything float up and everything fall into place for him. And the best thing you do is get out of the way. It's almost like a child that's tantruming. It's not the time to try to get into the reason. They're not available to that. But it's not like he's checked out and he's gone to an explosion. It's that he's been blown open to be an amorphous form, like clay, that's slowly letting itself be molded into place. And the best thing to do, same as a tantruming child I get, is to make sure he doesn't hit anything or, hurt himself. The bare minimum to contain it, and give him permission to go to his room. So that's your room, your space. You're allowed to be sovereign. You want to be this journey. You want to do this journey. You want to embody these feelings and express this way. Perfectly fine. Just you have your own room for that. And you can go there. You can do all of that, but you can't do it in a way that disturbs everyone else. And that's simply it. Like you're allowed to do this, but we're allowed to not want to experience it. Go and do it, but let us do us. You do you, but let us do us. So we're going to shut the door. And as soon as you're ready, knock or come out or call us in, or you want me to come and hold you after, talk to you about it after, you let me know. I love that. I want to participate in that. I don't want to participate in the chaos. But once the chaos calms and you find form, call me in and then help him form it. Ask him questions. Get curious about his experience and his meaning around the experience more than anything. So let's say he goes in and just freaks out and it's all intense and you're in the other room reading a book while it's all crazy in there. Then he comes out and he's like, Dad, I'm done. And you're like, great, go get into bed with him. Like sit on the edge of the bed, and then eventually put your arm around him. Whatever physical contact you can find, might be nothing. And then you move closer, then you sit on a chair, then you're sitting beside him, then your arms around him, then he's hugging you, then he's crying. Like that. And don't try to educate him. Don't try to tell him what he should feel or do. Simply say, where are you at? Well, I did this, that, and the other. Then you can say, what does that mean to you? Does that mean you're going to do this or that? And just give leading questions so he can articulate and crystallize his meaning over the journey, so that he can start taking his clay and turning it into form, because this is his way of doing it. And sure, you would like your child not to do that, and you would love him to have a more mature or healthier way of doing things, but I don't get that that's possible. And it's okay. He's allowed to have a different way, but he's not allowed to disturb everyone to do it. His way doesn't get to dominate everyone else, but other ways don't get to dominate his either. Everyone just has to go to their own sovereignty and come back when those sovereignties match up and are beneficial and helpful for both. And for him, that's after he's done. And for you, it's not telling him what to do or correcting it. It's about asking him to make meaning from what he experienced. And from that, he's going to naturally want to circumvent the intense, horrible feelings of that intense journey to get to the conversation. And he'll shorten it and shorten it and shorten it until he just goes right to you and be like, can we talk? And that's his path to maturing. And know that your wife is there the whole time with him, holding him, sending him loving energy. He can't always feel it, especially when he's in intense situations, but once he starts to calm down, just like you, she's doing the same thing. Soon as he's accessible to her, she's bringing in the comforting, loving mother energy. soon as he's accessible to you, you can bring in your parenting energy. So all of this to say that you're not alone, that there's a way of dealing with what's happening without feeling overwhelmed and forlorn and exhausted. And then the third thing she wants to share is that there is a peace she can offer you if you let yourself feel her. And if you feel her while you're there, especially with your daughter, I get your daughter's a lot calmer, and she's much more apt to express sadness or want to feel sadness. And I'm getting to just be with her with the sadness. I get that you're 90% of the way there with your daughter. You know to just be there. And to know that you're not sitting there alone. So you can be sitting there with your daughter. This is the 90%. You're sitting there, you know, to let her have her journey and to have touch and be close. And then she's saying the 10% is feel us there, her with you. Feel the two of you, the power of the two of your love radiating towards her, and use this as an opportunity to feel connected with her and to be together. So that's the message she wanted to share. And thank you so much for writing. And this has been incredibly, incredibly beautiful. I'm really, really grateful. And please write me and let me know how this landed for you. And I just wish you and your family peace, and to feel the love I know she's shining on you all the time. So thank you so much, and we'll do this again tomorrow. I can't even imagine what's going to happen, but I'm really grateful for this journey. Okay, thanks.